Hi, welcome back to our golf friends. We are at the Buckinghamshire today, and finally I've made it back from Las Vegas. With today, the three of us are going to take on the course. So shall we introduce our third partner and explain the game?
Let's do it.
Good to see you, buddy.
You right?
Peace.
How are you? Right?
Yeah.
So our guest today is the one and only Chris Robshaw. Ready for this today?
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Let's go. Right, so we're going to play a scramble format. We're the three of us, so we hit our best shots, and our target today is to shoot 3 under through 9 holes. Now, there's a good chance that Chris and I will watch Mark play most of the shots, but we're going to come in on the putting at least. No pressure, Mark. Off we go.
Let's do it.
Mate, it's a starting point. Well, at least we can have a catch up.
Come join me.
Stay out.
No.
Ours might be better.
Boys, really, this is not the greatest start, to be honest.
So, Chris, we've known each other a few years. We've played golf a few times, but when did it start, golf-wise, for you? When did you pick up a club?
I started quite young, to be honest. My dad played, my grandma played. She used to take us out a lot. I think when my mum would drop us off at her house to be looked after for the day. So we played at a place called Pearly Downs.
Oh, I know Pearly, yeah.
We used to play there. I used to play a lot in my until about 13, kind of 10, 13, kind of really got into it around then. And as I went through school, I still played a bit, but then as I got into rugby and that got a little bit more serious, golf kind of took a back seat, especially then you're getting shoulder knocks and back issues and the fun bits. But I love it. Like it's brilliant to get out in the summer with your mates and play. And also I actually find the best thing about golf is you put your phone down. Whereas I think even if you go out for dinner with your mates and all that kind of stuff, everyone's still on their phone. And I think as men in particular, what I find with my mates is it's the best time you actually talk about stuff. Whereas otherwise there's always different distractions, and when you speak to your friends it's like, oh, let's go play golf. Whereas if you say, oh, let's go have dinner, it feels a bit more intense. Where I feel you can chat a little bit more on the course.
Yeah, you get the relaxation of like just wandering around and competition as well, right?
Yeah, well, and that's the thing, isn't it? Like, we're still competitive, and you still want to find that little bit of edge. We all hit a good shot, we all top the ball or something, and you'll have a bit of stick for a while, or someone will do something, not get past the ladies initially. But yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Have you found it like good for since you've stopped playing? You've obviously, to meet new people and stuff like that as well. From a business perspective, I've always found golf as a great kind of leveler to go and have a good chat and a catch up, and alongside your mates, using it as a sort of tool for business as well.
Yeah, it is. It depends how well you play, to be honest. Like, I think when you do a lot of these kind of corporate days as a sports person, you're normally with three guests that you've not met before. And if you have 2 bad holes to get going, there is nothing more intimidating, especially if they're all serious. And I go a bit all over the place, and I'm happy just to throw a ball down and not care too much. But when you play with people who are playing off low figures and they want to count every part, and let's just give each other a couple of parts and a couple of mulligans.
We walk away from this sort of.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it is. It's a great opportunity to network, to meet people, to explore different options. So no, it's good.
To be honest, I'm not going to do any better than that. Wait, what did you hit? What?
Yeah, but stick it on there.
I reckon I could get a 9 on it.
Something where you can just whack it in there. Give yourself a chance. Put on a nice high face.
Ouch. Did you get a Titan on it?
Yeah.
Sorry. It's out, mate. It's out.
Definitely. I took a 9. I think I took a 9.
Yeah, place that keys.
Made it plug.
Probably want to be left side here, Pete, to that flag.
Lovely.
Boom.
Yeah, that'll do us.
Beauty.
Oh, what a shot. Go on, mate.
It's not too close, that.
Yeah, go on. Right. Yeah, shot, mate. I thought we'll take marks.
How pure.
No, the greens are on, right?
Are they? Look at this green.
Stunning, isn't it?
Go on then.
You go.
Yeah. What do you think here, Ando?
It's got to be off to the left, guys.
Just outside, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Snap. Wow.
I don't know if it was me or...
Yeah, start it outside it then.
Get in.
Boom!
Yes, he did!
Nice. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be your best 9 holes ever.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Mate, it's a good format, isn't it? I told you you'd like this format.
You take all the glory.
Put on my little thing. You got that?
Bit left, boys.
Yeah, go on, Chris. Oh, yeah. That's absolute
Oh, well,
peach.
Chris, go.
Mate, that's beautiful.
Beauty.
Nice.
Shot, mate.
Didn't really hit that well, but it's down the middle.
Good bounce.
Kill the geese. Some of those geese must get hit.
Mate, look at that.
That's
That's
got miles. Buzzing off that. So, what's happening there? Right, so we just started off with quite a dramatic par in the end, to be honest. Chris made an unbelievable putt, as you'll have seen. Par 5 this hole. I think it's time for us to get our shots back. But Chris, when did you? One of the things I always like asking when people have had like, unbelievable careers like yourself is like at what age were you when you knew you could have a career in doing something that you love like rugby? Or did you ever know, if that makes sense?
I don't think you ever do. Look, when I was at school, I went to a good sporting school, and I got picked up by Harlequins when I was kind of 17.
Okay.
And I was playing for like the England B team at under 18 level, under 21 level, but there were a lot better players than myself. I went to a guy from school who went straight into the Gloucester Academy, played for Gloucester first team within 2 years, and you're kind of comparing yourself to that, and it's like, well, they're at that, and you think you should be at that. But I think in sport, everyone develops at different times. You get guys who hit the scene at 18, some guys don't hit it till 26 or something.
Do you mean physically or ability?
Both really. And I think as a forward, you need to be a bit bigger.
Yeah.
So maybe not as quick, but you need to have a bit of size about you. And even in my first couple of years, I broke my first year, I broke my foot twice at Harlequins. My second year, I broke my leg. Third year, did all my knee ligaments. And you're kind of thinking, is this game really for you?
Yeah.
I mean, I remember I spoke to my mum, like obviously you're devastated as a kid, injury like is horrible. And you're basically saying, what can I do? And she just said, like typically motherly, have you drunk more milk? And I was like, yeah, I'll try, mum.
Yeah.
And I think I probably did.
You were sitting there drinking loads of milk.
But I think as a kid, and like injuries are the worst part of sport, I think. And for everyone, you're isolated and all that. And I think especially at a young age when you're trying to crack into it, because then you're thinking, and I remember hearing that if you were injured for more than 6 months, a club could get rid of you.
Right.
And we had a coach of the guy, Dean Richards, very famous rugby guy. And I remember him, like, he had got heard that I was worried, and he basically sat me down and said, look, there's nothing for you to worry about. Get yourself fit and you'll be back playing. And then once I had that confidence, I got back fit, and then I played from the age of 21 pretty much every week until I left the club.
Wow.
So 21 was that stage where I was like, you know what, I'm in this, and I'm going to stay there. But you have those moments you doubt yourself, like in any walk of life. You don't often get it, and people often assume that it's a smooth sailing for everyone. Yeah, you get superstars who come onto the scene at 18 and play for the rest of their lives, so Wayne Rooney, stuff like this. But most don't. No. Most might come in for a bit, then they have a bit of a back thing. And I always say it's this massive roller coaster sport. International sport business. If you want to go far, you've got to take it with a rough, with a smooth. And people say, what advice would you give kids? And I'll say, be resilient. Resilience is the biggest thing you need, because like I said, good times, bad times, but it's how you bounce back, how you get yourself back on track. And with that, you need good people around you as well, because there are good and bad times. And in the bad times, it's the other people around you that pick you up, basically, get you back out there. It's tough to do it on your own.
Resilience is a kind of an undervalued strength, I think, and something that's probably not taught enough either. I think that the bounce back ability, you're you know, everyone has a chance to keep going, and I think some people don't realise. Even like, I think schools probably need to educate even more on resilience and give the context of what that means, because I think people just think, oh, head down, don't worry, no fear, no talk. No, actually, it's talking about, and it's moving on and continuing on your journey regardless of the situation.
Yeah, no, look, I think the world's changing.
Yeah.
I think as men in particular, and rugby a very bravado sport and masculine and seen as those kind of old school rubbish things. It is more open to talking and stuff like that. But I was a big believer. I wasn't a big one to sit down with psychologists and stuff, because I think a lot of them hadn't been in the arena.
Yeah.
They didn't know what it was like to be written on the front and back of papers and spoken about in blogs and podcasts and all that kind of stuff. For me, I took the best advice from previous captains and players who'd been there and done it and also failed and kind of come back from that, because it's a different feeling. And I say when you have those bad moments, because we all do in life or sport, it's hard to explain. You feel like you're in this fog.
Yeah.
And you can't see. You feel like everyone's looking at you. They're not. And I think as you get a little bit older, your skin gets thicker and your shoulders broader. But when you're in it, you can't see out of it. No. And I was very much when we lost like World Cups or Grand Slams and those type of big games where there's a lot of external things coming at you. You think everything evolves around it. And look, you get a lot of stick. I remember I went to the post office and the guy behind the counter was like, "You guys were pretty shit, weren't you?" And I was like, "Fucking hell, just post a letter, like, do you know what I mean?" Just
take my money and move it. Give me another stamp.
And we're in rugby, so you think about what footballers go through and all that kind of stuff. We obviously have our moments. So you have like the Six Nations or World Cup, and it probably gets on level with that. But then we go back to clubs, and it's a lot smaller. Yeah. And you can escape it a little bit. And I remember even like after a Harlequins game, I was walking to my car after the game. And the guy was chatting to me about decisions and bits and bobs about the game. We won, but we hadn't been good. And I could see he had a like recorder in his hand. Right. And you get these people who are just trying to like trip you up and stuff. Yeah, and there are people like that. And I think as you get a bit older, you get a bit more confident. You'll say, you know what, do one kind of thing. Yeah. Whereas when you're young, I mean, I captained Quins at the age of 23. Right. Okay. And you're learning about stuff. You're inexperienced. You think that you have to be a Martin Johnson or Delalio, and you've got to do things in your own way. I think in leadership, you need a good team around you, of course, but you learn stuff from everyone, but then put it into your own mold. Because I think early on I was trying to be that person, which wasn't authentic to yourself. Yeah, of course. So it's saying,
you're struggling all the time, aren't you, to keep the authenticity?
Well, exactly. And you're trying it, and I remember I'd try things and you got almost laughed out the room. Yeah. And then you tried other things and it really resonated with people. So again, it's picking people's brains about stuff and then putting it into your own mold, which is important. I love going to speak to people about stuff because it interests me. Yeah. You speak to leaders about what they've done, how they've come back from stuff. And it's amazing. And some stuff I've learned from players that I tell the young generation coming through, and there's other stuff which I think is ridiculous. Yeah. But it works for that situation and that exact moment. And it's having the tools, it's just deciding which one to use at that point.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. It's amazing. Incredible story.
Going for you?
Yeah, mate. 200. Nice strike, Pete.
Yeah, just stayed out. Yeah.
What did you hit?
I hit a 5, but I haven't got a 4 on.
That's fine.
That's good hit.
Oh,
yeah, it's off the buggy.
What club did you hit there, Chris?
I think this is a harder shot. Yeah. Take the pro's advice. The pro plays off 12, we'll take his advice.
Spin.
Lovely.
Spin.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, mate.
Oh my God, sit. Come on, Endo.
Alright.
Go on, mate.
Oh, it's an unbelievable shot. Get in, get in, get in! Oh!
Sit.
Great shot, mate.
This is for birdie.
For bird,
Yeah,
mate.
for bird. No pressure.
Now, yeah.
Changed his opinion.
Oh, fucking doing.
The excitement was massive.
I was following it in.
He was walking it in a lot. Oh my God.
Oh, no.
And no pressure.
No.
More than you think, mate. More than you think.
Jesus Christ, it's an awful putt. Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Right.
There you go.
Is that?
Mine.
Right.
Cheers, mate.
go.
Can I have my, give me my thing back.
Right.
Right, one
One
under.
deep.
There we go.
Right, one under we go. One under we go. Come on.
Love that, mate.
Oh, take that.
Go.
Bounding. That's a monster.
Good hit.
Go on.
Just
Go on.
short of that trap.
Yeah, nice
Sit
hit.
just there.
Lovely.
I think that's just short of it.
Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Best one as well.
Might as well
That was
pure.
ripped.
Get yourself down for a birdie and you watch it before.
Yeah, well, longest drive, birdie.
I'm having some day according to this thing. So we were just talking about, like, you know, as your career progressed, when you sort of knew, you know, you had a chance to use it as a career, obviously, and obviously a pinnacle of any sporting career would have been the England captaincy. Like, how does that? What always fascinates me is how do you find out? Like, how does that happen? Because yours was quite a quick, literally from the start. It was amazing, right? How quick it was. I don't think many people know that.
Yeah, it was. So I got my first game for England when the Lions happened. So the Lions in England, or in the UK and Ireland, is where the best players from Scotland, Wales, England and Ireland combined to go play the Southern Hemisphere.
Yep.
So a lot of the English players were away, so the older guys were away. So we went to Argentina, and because they were away, a lot of us had an opportunity. So I got my debut then, which was amazing to play in Salta, Argentina, amazing atmosphere, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, when everyone came back, I didn't play again for 2 years.
Right.
I was in and out of training squads, and you're getting a little bit frustrated. You're like, am I ever going to get this opportunity to properly play again? And then unfortunately, after the 2011 World Cup, there was, and generally World Cups, they're in cycles, and there's a bit of a clear out. The older guys generally step aside or retire or don't play anymore. So there's a reform of the squad, and we came up, and there was no older players. There was a lot of us young guys. Owen Farrell hadn't been capped at the time, George Ford, Mako Vunipola, Marlo, all these type of guys who have now gone on to get 100 caps.
Yeah.
So there's a great opportunity. So went up to Leeds, and there was a lot of talk about who was going to be captain. And there was the core group of us: Dylan Hartley, Tom Croft, Charlie Hodgson, Brad Barrett, these type of guys who were quite new to it, but leaders in their clubs, captains in their clubs and stuff. So went up to Leeds, had a really good training week, and then after that week on a Sunday, Stuart Lancaster, the coach at the time, asked me to be captain.
Right.
Which, as any rugby player, was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
But I remember the time, I was so nervous though, because then everyone started saying, oh, what are you going to say? So then we got told on a Sunday night, and then we trained for the first time as official captain on the Monday.
Yeah.
And I remember speaking to the guys for the first time, and I don't know what I said, I probably said a load of rubbish. And they all kind of looked around. And Andy Farrell, who was our defence coach, but he captained Great Britain at the age of rugby league, like 18 or 20.
Wow.
He just says, that's the hard bit done, now just relax, because you build it all up.
Yeah.
And you think you have to do this Churchillian speech or anything like that, and it's not.
No.
They're like the Al Pacino films and stuff, and it's like, just give key messages and just do what you do, because that's what's got you there in the first place.
Yeah.
And I always think almost captain in England was not easier, it's different to captain in the club, because at England you have, like I said, we had Brad Barrett, the Sarries captain, we had Dylan Hartley, the Northampton
Lots of
captain,
other leaders, you mean.
other leaders around, and you have 30 players and the top of the game, and they all want to be there.
Yeah.
Whereas at the club, sometimes you have 15 guys who generally always start, or say around 20. You have another couple of guys who are in and out, some are injured, and you have a lot of guys who might only play a handful of games a year, who might have good days and bad days, and you're balancing that, and you've got 45, 50 players to try and manage.
Yeah.
And when you do that every day of the week for the whole year, it can be tough. Whereas when you go to England, you're there for, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks, 8 weeks, and then you go on tour for kind of 6 weeks again. But yeah, it was amazing. Then kind of leading the guys out to Murrayfield was our first game, Scotland away, and you have all like the Princess Anne.
Yeah.
So Princess Anne, you come down and you have to introduce the players. And I remember we had a guy called Lee Dixon as our scrum half, and his brother Carl played for Harlequins, and I was good mates with Carl. I didn't know Lee too well, and I introduced him as Carl Dixon or to Princess Anne. And he said to me after, he's like, my one moment to him, Princess Anne, and you fucked it up.
name
Yeah,
wrong.
exactly.
Call me and my brother.
Oh, but also, like, you know what it's like, you call each other nicknames.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's that actual name?
What's
You
his
know what I mean? It's like, for his whole life, I've called him his nickname. You want to get it right. So yeah, I mean, that was an amazing moment to lead England out for the
Yeah, it
first
must be
time.
incredible.
And at Murrayfield, bagpipes, going up there. We won the game. And then went to Italy, won. We came second at Six Nations, and we punched better than we.
Yeah.
And it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
I mean,
what
it's those type
experience.
of standout moments. And I think that summer we went to South Africa for the first time, playing in Ellis Park,
Yep.
which is one of the most intimidating places you can go as a rugby player. It's at altitude, so you literally are hanging after about 5 minutes. And you just have these huge South Africans running at you. Unfortunately, we drew one game but lost two. I remember I broke my hand in one of the games, and they're just physical. They just want to run over you the whole time. It's how do you get on top of that? But no, the captain your country is brilliant, and like you have amazing moments like that. You have tough moments, and it's just trying to surround yourself with those good people to pick yourself up as well. But
That's
to captain England for the first time, and people always say, what's like your proudest moment in rugby? And it's definitely that.
Yeah,
it's got to be, yeah.
Mate,
Leading England out at Twickenham in front of 80,000 people as a kid, it's what you want to do. And whenever you're at Twickenham, so the family sit just in front of you, and you can generally see where they are. And to sing the national anthem for 80,000, see your family there, that's what it's about. I mean, I get goosebumps thinking about it. But that's the thing, if you can bottle that feeling, because people always say, do you miss rugby? And I don't miss playing rugby, I miss the occasion. I miss being at Twickenham, big international games, the nerves before, pull up to Twickenham, the thousands of people singing Swing Low or whatever, getting off the bus, and then you're in the change room. Then you do the bit you love, because with international sport and stuff, there's so many other pressures in the week. Like in the week, and what people don't see, people just think they turn them on Saturday and then they kind of see them next Saturday, but they don't know what that preparation is and how guys are doing video analysis and training and physio until 9, 10 o'clock at night every night to get themselves ready. And I always say as a player, that's the best bit, because for those 100 minutes, you get to do what you always wanted, playing the best stadiums in the world against the best teams, because as soon as you finish again, you've got a camera in your face. You're doing media, you're doing recovery, you're seeing the sponsors, you've got a tea with the old council, and then you're on to the next one. Then you might get to see your family and stuff as well. But then it just keeps on rolling. But for that 100 minutes, game half time, you just get to enjoy it. And look, I've been lucky. As a kid, you face a hacker at Twickenham, you face a hacker in New Zealand.
Amazing.
It's these type of different things. Like I said, going to Ellis Park, going to the Millennium Stadium where you can barely hear each other. It's what you dreamt about as a kid. But do I miss kind of mauling and rocking in January when it's raining and dark? No. But it's definitely those moments,
Oh, so mate, what an experience.
Brilliant, mate.
Oh, good shot. I mean, it looked amazing.
It didn't look that good.
That's fucking awful.
It looked good.
It looked good until we left the club.
It sounded good.
Right.
Yeah, that's the key. Sounds good. Hold.
Baby.
Mate, that's a goal shot.
Do it.
Oh my days, what a shot! Oh, look at
I was
this!
going to get my tea.
Mate, that's a great goal shot.
Blood.
I pulled it
Mate,
round on purpose.
Mate, honestly, the draw was phenomenal. Mate, that's a goal shot.
Bloody
And I
hell.
don't even think it's worth you going.
I don't. Ah. Tell you what, that's hard to beat that though.
Mate, he played a slinging draw. It was unbelievable. What a shot.
What are you thinking here, right for that?
The last bit's slick, I know that. Go on.
Oh my God, he's done it again.
Go on.
Get in.
Go on.
Oh my
mate.
days, mate, that's some putt. Mate, that's a great putt. Yeah, I saw what he did, but I couldn't do anything about it. Right. Yeah, but it's just a really poor. Nah, not as quick as they look.
Go on.
Oh my God, get there. Oh my God, get there. Oh! We'll tap that one in.
Oh. Will we take a part of it?
We will.
He's so good at that. Yeah, he's so good at that.
He's come out! Did you see that?
Actually.
Did you see how far down it got?
Did it?
Mate, he come out past the path, like the furthest bit of the path you can see. Mate, that's his best shot I've ever hit.
Get over.
Go.
Go! Go!
It's tough from back here.
Wow.
On you, Chris, on you. Oh my God,
mate.
so good. What, peach? You're going to go first next time, so I don't have to lose any more golf balls. Great shot, that. That's fine. Chris, what an unbelievable drive you've hit there. Obviously, first tee nerves and stuff always play a part for me when we're playing, and I think the first ever episode we screened, I topped it about a foot in front. But when you obviously played the PGA at the Wentworth, right? I mean, tell us a bit about that, but also who you played with.
Yeah, look, I think for me, whenever I don't play enough, to be honest. I play a lot in the summer, and like I said, I play a lot as a kid, so I can generally strike it well. I don't normally top it. It might not go straight, but I can hit it. So I go, this bag. So I think for me, getting on the tee, it's the unknown. Like 50% of the time it could work, 50% it's not going to work. But yeah, look, I've been lucky enough to play the BMW PGA. I used to do some work with BMW. So the first year I ever played, I played on the first, teeing off with Rory McIlroy.
Oh, mate.
Which was, if you talk about nerves and like running out of Twickenham, it's nothing compared to it. For me, I reckon, I go in the rough a lot, as we see. And they put ropes of people in the rough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just stand back.
Yes.
I was there.
So I'm on this first tee. I'm like, whatever happens, I'm walking. I'm just walking. So I've hit it. And it's gone in the rough, but I've just gone. I've not even looked back. But in terms of nerves, for me, that was. But you love seeing other sports people, and I think there's a huge amount of admiration for other sports people and seeing what they do, because everyone thinks, for whatever reason, they can hit a tennis ball like Serena Williams or a golf shot. You can't.
No, you can't.
You might hit that one shot, but it's doing it every single time, which is absolutely amazing. So to see those pros up close, and look, we were chipping, I can't remember what hole it was, but he had put a 40-foot chip in, and it probably went 5 foot away, which again was absolutely incredible. And he was like, I'll just throw it back, it's not good enough. And I was like, okay. So he's then got it and hit it about 2 foot, and then he's walked up to it, because obviously it's their practice.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got to play with him, and it was amazing. Unfortunately, it was after he had that tough Masters.
Yeah.
And it was, speaking about that, we had Andrew Strauss in our group as well, the England cricketer, who plays off 2 or 3 as well. So he is quite handy. And it's interesting because you speak to those people, and I think when a lot of sports people speak to others, your guard goes down straight away.
Yeah.
You know people aren't going to 6 you over. So
yeah, of course.
You can talk about the tough times. And I had been in a Grand Slam game which we had lost, unfortunately, and really tough after that. And he's a big rugby man. He's a big Ulsterman, which is the Belfast rugby side, and Ireland. And he was very open, and Strauss as well, with some of the issues they had in the cricket world. And it's nice to have those moments away from the cameras or away from papers where we're all a bit more honest.
Yeah, sharing a little bit,
Yeah, exactly. But you know, he was a great guy.
Hits it miles, doesn't he?
He'd do well to keep up with that tee-shot, to be fair.
Well, because they would go after whites or the blacks, whatever they were playing on, and we would go after yellows.
Yeah.
And they're probably 40 yards behind us in some holes.
Yeah.
And I would connect and hit it well, and he would still be like with you.
But the size, the speed, everything's just amazing, isn't it? Just a repetition.
The ball was like a firework, it like fizzes and it goes, and that was for me the thing I really noticed. It was
it's a different noise when they hit it, isn't it?
Exactly. Ours is like mine's a thud.
It mine's more of a clunk, I like to call it. Yeah.
Theirs is like a rocket going up, and it was to play Wentworth, to play with someone like that, so much respect.
Great place as well, Wentworth, right? Like it's a tough track, but it is amazing. I've done it as well. I mean, I've watched yous, and I've
copy.
Wow.
It got down there a bit more, didn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't hit it though.
Go, mate. Go. Yeah.
Jesus.
Right, boys. We have not covered ourselves in glory. Get in.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Bollocks. It was always a bit low, to be fair.
Yes.
Boom.
Thank you.
Well done. Good.
Do you want to have one anyway?
No. I've got
That
no
was
interest.
practically your own par there.
It was.
I'll put that.
Mate, he's already been burned now.
Right, quick score recap. We're doing all right.
No, I think it's all right actually.
We're doing all right.
Glad we saved that part.
Chris is definitely getting us out of a bit of trouble.
That's the play.
Big drives, holding putts.
Mate, driver's unreal, to be fair.
So we're 1 under through 4. So we're on target. So we need to get to 3, don't we? We've got a shortish par 3.
Do you like this hole, Mark? Just out of interest.
Did I tell you I made a hole in one in it?
Oh, did you? No. I've only
Did I tell
heard
you
it.
that?
Yeah.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
What did you hit?
The teams are a bit further back. I mean, they're way back.
Went out off the yellows.
Yeah, hole in one. So yeah, good memories from this hole. Hopefully we can reenact the same thing. Catch a piece. Yeah.
Good strike.
Yeah.
Nearly missed the ball there. Shot, Mark.
Shot, mate.
Oh, no. Get up. Down.
It's up.
Right, boys.
None of them are great, are they?
Snake territory again.
Right. Yeah, maybe here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely snaps.
Quick, yeah?
Yeah, it will be quick. Come on, baby.
Good roll.
Perfect line.
Line, wasn't it? Get in.
Good.
Oh, wow. Straightens up.
That's pace, I think.
Line left, didn't you? You are.
Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
Hit it.
Oh, nearly. I mean, he's giving it a chance. Yeah, well, it. Right,
Solid.
Right.
still one deep.
Still 1 deep.
Of course, he's going to beat us.
4 to go.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
page.
Just drop it down there, shall we?
Well,
I'm not going to hit you. Go.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to do. I'll practice, mate. Over it.
If that carrot is, that is Peachman's.
needs to go. Yes. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect, mate.
Right, there.
Yeah, cheers, boys.
Pure.
I'm glad I came to watch.
Yeah.
Mate, that's unreal. So, Chris, since retiring, obviously, you know, when people, retire from sport, it's key to have, things to move on to and interests and stuff. Obviously, we've been reading a lot about your foundation. Do you want to? It'd be great to hear more about that, to be honest.
Yep, so me and my wife set up the Robshaw Foundation, which empowers young lives through music and sport. We were in California, and look, we've helped a lot of charities in various roles, like most people do. And we thought, you know what, like now's the time. I had this amazing saying. I listen to a lot of podcasts as well about leadership and all that. And there's a saying which is, when's the best time to plant a tree?
Yep.
And if it's 20 years ago, it's like, okay, when's the second best time to plant one? Today.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was like, you know what, we could talk and we could and ah about all this kind of stuff, and then it was like, no, let's just do it.
Yeah, amazing.
Let's just get it out of the way. And a lot of people said, why do another foundation? Why start something? Because you can always help someone.
Yeah.
And for us, sports and rugby's been fantastic for me, and singing for my wife, and the benefits of both are huge.
Yep.
In terms of, initially we wanted to use it to help underprivileged kids go to university and stuff, and then we thought, you know what, if we have a bad second or third year and we can't fund someone to continue at university, where does that leave us?
Yep.
So we thought, okay, let's look at the social benefits, the mental health aspects, the confidence, all those kind of things. Because look, unfortunately, my father passed when I was 5 years old.
Right.
He had a heart attack, and sport was my escape. And I was lucky. I came from a family with some money, and I could afford new boots and go to sports clubs and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, everyone can't, and it's the same with music. So we thought, you know what, how can we do that? So look, with our foundation, we support various projects. So one of them at the moment, we support all the women's refuges in Surrey. So we provide kind of Joe Wick style PE lessons to the mums and the kids to do kind of social confidence, building all that kind of energy and stuff. We support the London Youth Choir in London, obviously. But not only giving kids scholarships, giving mums that opportunity. So a lot of parents can't afford to take time away from work.
No.
So we'll pay them that hourly wage to go and watch their kids and have that moment, because look, we're all parents here. They're the things you remember, aren't they? So those little bonding moments for any kid to be there and look out and not see your parents there, your family, whatever, it's tough, isn't it? So, and not everyone has that opportunity. So look, we're very much in the early stages. We had our launch last November. I just ran the marathon for it, which was hell. for a heavy man. It was fine. I wanted to go sub 4 hours. I ran 3:51.
Oh, so wow, mate, that's impressive.
Really pleased with that. My knees and hamstrings and ankles were sore for a while. We're going to do a carol concert in the end of November, beginning of December, where we get sports people to do the readings, and my wife's going to get opera singers to come in and do kind of carol concerts. We're going to get the kids to come in and sing. But it's about giving back. Like I said, it's very much a passion project for both of us. So now we're looking forward to how we can help that next generation come through, and you know what, just have the benefits of all, really.
And how do people get involved if people want to donate or get involved? Do you do events that raise money? Is there donations on websites? How's the best way to get
all of the above, really. So we have the social channels, the Coach Like Robshaw Foundation. We have the coachlikerobshawfoundation.com as our website. So people can get in touch through that, and we have a load of people reaching out, and that's what we want, because we're very much learning, and it's very much 2 steps forward, a step back, and all that. And there's a lot of legalities and all that kind of stuff. So we have a lady now who works for us 2 days a week, and she's been brilliant. A lady called Meryl, who was at Stand Up to Cancer and Comic Relief and all these. So she's been a huge.
She's seen it all,
She's seen it all, and she wants to help us grow. So
that's amazing.
It's the ambition to help others continue to get the benefits of both. So
that's fantastic, mate.
We're going well so far, but we'll keep on building. We want to do a cycle from London to or Twickenham to Paris for the Six Nations England-France game next year, and all that stuff. So I think with it, we want to help and enjoy it. It's having great experiences as well, and what people remember, which is important.
Experiences are always easier to remember than, like you say, anything else, right?
Well, exactly, because look, everyone works well, and look, there's a lot of charities and foundations up there, and people want to help, but they also want to get something in return as well. A lot of businesses and stuff. So if they can enjoy it and do some good, it's all the better.
Sounds amazing, mate. Nice bounce.
Great. That comes left from there. Look at this. Robbo. Who is this guy? What have you done with Chris?
That's a lovely strike.
Go.
Go on.
Oh yeah. Shots, boys.
What do you reckon?
I think it is just right.
Just a bit off the right.
Yeah. Go!
Oh, hit it, Mark, man.
Mate, that's bang in the drawers, that.
Oh, I hit it.
Tap it in. Right, boys. Big par 3 now.
Oh, yeah.
Don't get angry, remember?
Yeah.
Angry Mark is not welcome on this golf cast.
He's filming that going to the woods.
Yeah. Shot, Mark.
Very nice. Come round a bit.
What did you hit?
I hit the 6, but it just didn't turn as much.
The right club, innit?
Go on.
Get in.
No, it just doesn't really move, mate.
Straight, innit?
Go fucking dead straight.
Terrible. First time.
Yay! Thanks, mate. The 1 foot putt. Nails it!
Oh, there you go.
Always he's off. Like, straight.
I shouldn't have waited for you. On you, Mark.
Right.
That's gone nowhere as well.
Come on, Mark.
I tried to kill that. It's gone absolutely nowhere. Oh, when he's needed, look at this. Shot, mate. Yeah, golf shot.
Better. Chris, you just come back from Bordeaux, was it? On a little wine excursion?
A little trip down there.
Is that just another thing that you're sort of looking into outside of rugby now with this Vinex thing?
Yeah, so look, I think when I retired, I knew I didn't want to go into coaching. And I think with a lot of the TV work that a lot of people want to do, it can be not a fickle thing, but there's not as many opportunities, I think, as people think. So I think it was like, what do you do properly? Because as rugby players, you earn well, but you don't earn enough to never work again. You have to do something. In kind of relation, I always say it's kind of what a footballer would earn, and when they see those kind of figures, what they earn in a week is what a rugby guy would earn in a year. So you get big guys earning that, and the guys not earning quite as much. So again, yeah, for me it was like, what do I do next? So I met the Vinex team, so it's a wine investment team where we do a lot of trips. So yeah, like I said, I've just been down to Bordeaux, so I have a nice couple of days down there with some clients and trying some Lafite and some pretty incredible stuff, which I was very new to.
Yeah. So have you always been into wine or not? Did you drink while you played?
Not really. I didn't really drink. It's so professional now that people don't really. Everyone assumes this kind of rugby culture about going out there and drinking lots. And yeah, back in like the 90s and stuff. They did.
The good old days.
The good old days. Yeah. Well, look, don't get me wrong. We have a good night out at the right times. But it's a lot stricter and stuff. And then I do 2 days a week with Gallagher Insurance, who sponsor the Premiership. And other bits, I do a little bit of TV work, a bit of ambassadorial stuff. And it's just finding your feet. I speak to a lot of players who have retired, and I'm like, how long has it taken you to like find happiness? Because we only ever wanted to play rugby. A lot of us only ever wanted to play, and myself included. And a lot of them say 5 to 10 years. So when most people come out of university, they bounce around a bit, they try this, try that. We're doing that 15 years later, when you're a little bit more established, but then you've got mortgage, kids, all those kind of things. So there are different things put into the equation. So no, I'm very much enjoying where I'm at the moment with Vinex, with Gallagher and the other bits. I'm just having family time. I've got a little boy now who's 2, and having that luxury, because I think when a lot of players really suffered when we went away with England, away for a month, 2 months, I probably didn't really appreciate it at the time how much they missed those kids. And being around them. Whereas now, obviously, there's no bond and no love like it, as I'm sure you both know, and the people watching will know. So for me now, I'm in a fortunate position that I can work, I can do that, but I also can afford to have a bit of time at home with the little man and the family, which is quite nice. Yeah,
it's amazing though when you say how much opportunity there is in the world, and like I always think some people get siloed into doing one thing, and then they don't realise that you've got loads of different interests coming off of a career that's very different to those interests, right? And like whether it's wine or insurance, then things are quite separate. But actually, you can operate and talk to people in any world, right, or walk of life. And I think for me, a lot of people get stuck in a lane, and then they don't really, and in that lane they stay in it for their lives, and then look back and think, actually, I could have done something different.
Well, I think, look, don't get me wrong, there are players out there who are definitely made for coaching, and you'll know who they are, and they've just got that mindset, and that's what they want to do. Unfortunately, I think there are a lot of players who are a little bit unsure, and they think it's that safety net, isn't it? Because they can go into a job, but it's hard work. To be a good coach, I think it's really hard. And
it's full time as well, right?
It's full time to be able to explain messages in different ways to different personalities and mindsets and all that kind of stuff. It's tough, and it's tough to jump. It's scary as well. And I think that's the thing. Like you said, we're mid to late 30s. You're jumping into a completely new thing. A lot of people say like, "Oh, what's it like? You get the train up to work. You sit in an office. You're on thing," and it's so different. And look, when I was captain, like I said earlier, I love to go to speak to people who are at the top of their game. And I went to go speak to Tony Adams, the old Arsenal England footballer, and of course everyone knows the battles he had. And he said, "Oh, what are you doing next?" And I was like, "I've got some interest and a coffee shop and bits and bobs like that, but I said I don't do anything properly." And he said, look, that's the biggest issue that sports people have. They try to compare what you're going to do next to running out in front of 80,000 people, and it's not. It's different. And the sooner you can say, look, that part of my life was amazing, but that chapter's over. And for some it's quick, and some it takes a little bit of time, because you can have fulfillment, enjoyment, satisfaction, all that stuff in whatever you do, but it's not that. And they're completely different. And for me, I think actually going to America was really good to me. just in terms of getting away from rugby in this country
Yeah.
and that kind of pressure and what rugby is. Because over there, we'd play in front of 1,000 people, 2,000 people. You'd walk around, no one would have any idea what rugby is. And the infrastructure was completely different to over here, where your protein shakes are made for you as soon as you come in, your ice bath's there, and the training ground's amazing, and you've got 15,000 or 80,000 internationals.
Yeah.
It's different, and it allowed me that mental escape to.
Also, it eases you out of it a little bit, right?
It did, and it was a perfect ending to a chapter.
Yeah.
And we didn't realise that at the time when we went, and we didn't realise that it would be that. But it very much came into that, because I came back, I lived in a different house, and I think what a lot of players struggle with is they're in the same house, and when you finish the season, everyone has their 4 or 5 weeks off. Everyone goes on holiday, it's brilliant. You're on holiday as well if you retire. But on the 1st of July, whatever, players go back on social media, you see all your friends back there, training hard, pushing it, having great fun, and you're thinking, what am I doing? Yeah, what am I doing? Why aren't I there? And then I think it can hit you. But for me to take myself out of that and, like I said, jump somewhere else, really helped me escape that. And now I've come back, I'm in a good place mentally, but I know you need to help people. I know a lot of people help me, like the Gallagher, like the Vinex, they've given me that opportunity.
Yeah.
But then you need to grab it, then you need to show your worth and all that stuff. And
it keeps you busy as well, doesn't it?
It's like you can't sit around, as much as you always say, like, and I'm the same. My wife, I say, you know, I want to go on a holiday and sit on the beach and do nothing.
Oh, mate.
She's like, we're not doing it. I know for one day you'll be brilliant, and the rest of it you'll be bored out of your mind.
I drive my wife insane. I go on holiday exactly the same. You know, it'd be lovely just to chill out. 10 minutes in, legs are gone. Where am I going? What can I do? There must be something I can do. I can't sit here.
And it's the thing, you need to keep your mind going. You need to keep the body going, and I just continue to test yourself. And where I am now, am I going to be there in 30 years' time? Who knows?
No.
But I think you've got to try something. You've got to test yourself and push yourself out your comfort zone. And,
I agree.
And that's the bigger thing as a player as well. You need to keep challenging yourself in doing different things, really. So I don't think I'm going to be a golf pro anytime soon.
Mate, listen, I still think there's hope after a couple
say,
of drives. Don't discount that just yet, mate. You've been holding us together.
No, I'll play in the odd pro-am, but I think that's
leave it at that.
as far as I go, and even that will be a struggle.
Go.
On the edge, Pete.
Yeah,
it's on.
Mate. How did you hit that, Pete?
As hard as I can.
Did you hit it well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever hit a club that well.
Fucking so bad. Get up.
Oh my God, that's sexual.
Chris.
That's sexual as well. Oh my days, what a play.
Shot.
Pro-am, forget the pro-am, mate. We're getting you on the tour.
Jesus.
Straight on the tour, mate.
Well, you can get my drive off there, but yeah.
Listen, they won't let it out.
As long as I can piece it together.
Tell you what, mate, if we could birdie this hard.
Mate, this will be the best birdie of all time.
Also, sorry.
He's unreal.
Mason's man down. He's tackled him. Is this where you bundle on, Chris? Is that what you do? You bundle on now. Try and get the ball
Get
out.
him on.
What happened?
Sorry.
That's going in.
Yeah, that's got in.
What a shot that is. Mate, this is it. So what do we need? We need a birdie here and birdie in the last to get our
We
target.
need 2 more birdies, but this is by far the toughest hole.
Mate, that's probably the best shot I've seen. Mate, that is unreal. Chris, we're going to let you roll it in.
I was going to say, do you want the honour again?
Chris, you've got to roll that in, mate. Oh my God, get in.
Oh my!
No!
If I'd hit it softer, it would have.
Mate.
Go on.
Oh, that's weird, isn't it?
Mate, he's still on the edge then. Get in.
Go on.
Yes! Come on!
Let's go.
Yes.
Right.
Come on. Mate, great second shot that. That's huge.
Nice, Pete.
Lovely.
Good ball.
Smack. Shot-hander.
Bit of a banana.
Open them shoulders, dear boy.
Close.
don't think you hit it.
Yeah, just that one on the right.
Yeah. Yeah, shot.
Come on.
Oh, it just clipped it.
Just clipped it.
That's why I don't hit the proof.
Come on, Chris, get here. Right. Listen, so the target today we set ourselves was 3 under as a scramble. We're currently 2 under after what can only be described as the greatest birdie we've seen on this channel so far.
It's up there.
Reason being is it's such a difficult hole, such a long hole. And Chris, get in here. Chris, get in here.
Pick up one of my...
Yeah, I know you've got to pick up one of your 12 shots now. But Chris made an unbelievable second shot there, which stuck us to about 10 foot, which Mark duly rolled in for the birdie. So now we've got about 30 yards, I think, to go from Mark's second shot. We're going to take up and down, gets us to our target, which I think will be quite an achievement given how windy it is today, yeah? Yeah, let's do this. Come on, boys.
Come on.
Go.
I think that's up.
Oh, what a goal shot that is. Oh, Anderson.
Beautiful.
Oh, Mark. Go on, mate.
All right.
Yeah. Unreal, that, wasn't it?
Love it, man.
So that's a goal shot.
Yeah, good shot.
All right.
Come on then.
Let's go, come on.
We good?
This is big. Come, mate, just make it. Just do it so I haven't got to do it. 3 under.
That move or not?
It moved late.
You reckon?
No, I think you go and take the glory. I don't want to do it.
No, go on,
You know, you do it. I don't want it.
Yeah.
So I do not want the
Right
pressure
to
of
left,
doing
just outside it, nice and quick.
It is quick, yeah.
Yeah, just outside.
it. Yeah!
No.
Thank you so much.
That keys.
Man, I didn't have to do it. Well done. Cheers, boys. Look, we did it.
Whose tee's that?
So basically, we managed to get our 3 under. Just want to say a massive thank you for Chris for coming on today, and I've thoroughly enjoyed the chat as well. It's been really interesting. I love to hear about the thing, and also the iron on the 8th hole was phenomenal. But no, look, it's been amazing hearing about what you're up to now with the foundation and everything as well. We wish you all the best of luck with that, and we'll put all the links in so everyone can find the foundation and stuff and go from there. But look, thanks so much for coming on, and look, we beat the course, right?
We did.
Perfect. Thank you, mate.
No, it's been great. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. Thank you so
Cheers,
much.
guys.
Cheers, pal.
Thank you.
What a mate!
You did it.